That's our mate's Joff's house there, so that's gone. Then Kate and Steve up behind there, that house is gone.
The ocean is the only way for neighbours Peter Johnstone and Bill Hunt to make it back to what remains of their homes. They set off at first light on a grim tour and a first look at the damage. This area is called Half Moon Bay. It's just south of the east coast town of Bicheno. Peter and Bill reach a friend's home first. What were family refuges in a paradise of beach and sand reduced to ash.
Yeah, it's just shocking, you know. Everybody spent so much time here and loved the bay, and what do we do now?
They hunt for mementos for their friends, but the reality is there isn't much left to salvage. As Peter Johnstone walks on to his place, there's asphyxiated animals caught out fleeing for the water. Sadly, when he reaches the well-loved home he spent years designing, it's completely ruined. Would have been your dream place in summer, Peter?
Yeah, we were here all the time, and then we were down here in winter as well, and it's just unbelievable.
Peter Johnstone was lucky to escape the inferno that destroyed his home. Along with his wife and 2 children, they planned to stay and fight the fire. A last-minute helicopter warning convinced him to pack the car and flee the house.
Landed on the beach and came and said, evacuate, get out. We would have stayed, I reckon, if that hadn't happened. And then, given the intensity of what we've seen on Saturday, if anybody had stayed, they wouldn't have made it, I don't think. There's no chance. I'm just grateful of the Tas Fire Services guy that came in and told us to evacuate. Because, and he said, I said, how long we got? He said 5 minutes. Because we couldn't get through the road, then we're stuck.
Peter Johnstone was shocked by what he saw when he returned, even though he's no stranger to fires, surviving Victoria's Black Saturday fires 3 years ago. The heat here was so intense that picking through the remains, there's nothing to be found, and the departure was so rushed, there was no time to take anything with them.
I think one of my daughters grabbed her Christmas present. That's about it. I went out in my shorts. I didn't have time to put long trousers on. And what did my wife grab? She grabbed her handbag. We had 5 minutes.
Bill Hunt's place is also ruined. His home and cherished vegetable garden are a mess of corrugated iron and rubble. Somehow a couple of small items remain. Bill Hunt didn't want to speak about his ordeal on camera, but like Peter Johnstone, he's worried for his neighbours.
I just feel sorry for those that, you know, that are less fortunate than us here and, you know, haven't got their insurance and, you know, they lost everything. At least we've got other possessions elsewhere. We're not totally lost. For anybody who would like to donate to the Bicheno fire appeal, the Bendigo banks agreed that they would take donations.
The fire that caused the damage is no longer threatening homes, but continues to burn out of control. It's a constant battle to keep it away from people, with shifting winds a big worry. Helicopters pierce the thick smoke and deliver relief from the air.
This fire front continues to burn out of control. It's hard work for the firefighters and they expect it'll take another 3 to 5 days to bring it under control. Here they're backburning to try and keep the fire from the road and from the famous tourist town of Coles Bay.
There's always a risk backburning could go in an unwanted direction. Yesterday, firefighters rushed to stop an outbreak that could have started a major blaze.
So, a bit of a win there?
Yeah, that was a real win.
What happened?
Crossover over the road, fire on the wrong side of the road. And it's just like having a new fire.
How bad could it have been if you didn't contain it here and stop it so early?
Oh, it could have been real bad. It's real bad now, but it could have been real worse.
Back in town, local businesses say the fires are wrecking the busy summer tourism season, the busiest time of the year.
We need absolutely visitors to to survive here. Our economy, almost 60% of our economy, of our local economy in this municipality, rely on visitors. And so they're living in droves.
Bicheno's flamboyant French-born mayor, Bertrand Cadar, wants them to come back. He was evacuated himself, but says it's just part of living in the bush.
I've never been evacuated in my life before. I live, if you look behind me, I live in a bushy area of Bicheno, and I have chosen not to clear my property more than I have to. I love to be in a tree environment.
And even though the fire remains nearby, the mayor says rural spirit is getting everyone through.
That's a beauty, I think, of rural life. It's a bit boring to some because you don't have all the razzmatazz of Melbourne, Sydney or Paris, let's say, but you've got real people going shoulder to shoulder when the trouble hit.
Back at Half Moon Bay, those hit hardest count their losses and find only a few items remaining. What once was forest resembles a moonscape, and it'll be a long time before life returns to normal.
Fire intensities seem to be getting much worse. I don't know, they're getting much worse. I mean, this place is decimated. The whole beach, the whole bay is decimated.